Hey guys, welcome to the Jawns of Basketball podcast. My name's John Stewart, and I'm here with my good friend Alex Shamit. Alex, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not doing bad. Winter break's almost over. Got a lot of games to catch up on, like 10 a
Absolutely,
day. It's been
absolutely.
great. It's been
There
great,
you
man.
go. All right, are you ready to talk about some NBA trade rumors, etc.?
Absolutely.
Cool,
Absolutely.
cool. All right. I mean, I guess like the only rational starting point, and this um, conversation starts with Anthony Davis.
Oh, right, right.
I mean, it's fair to say that like Anthony Davis season has like officially started.
I mean, if the Pelicans don't go on some kind of run, Davis is definitely going to
Yeah,
be on trade
yeah,
rumors for a long time.
yeah. I mean, I'm almost at the point with him, and I've looked at
Right.
so many like options to try to give the Pelicans more wing depth,
Mm-hmm.
etc., or just any depth at any position. And
Right.
they don't have any assets. It's almost impossible to do. I,
No,
I'm
it is.
almost, I'm almost at the point where it's like where think it's fair to say that he's gone.
I don't see why he would stay. I mean, he's
I don't
already
even. Well,
said,
no. Well, the only reason is that he gets the supermax. He gets a $230
right.
million contract opposed to
But he already said he
180.
doesn't care about that,
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, so like, if you don't care about the money, then like, there's no reason to stay there. That's the only reason.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. As I always am.
Okay.
But, all right, so John, I'm guessing you have some trades cooked up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's the Celtics one like?
Well, I mean, that was the first team that I like automatically went to, is because
Right.
Boston can outbid any team
Mm-hmm.
if they really like. There's not a team in the league that has more trade value than Boston, just based off of like Rozier, Tatum, Brown, and 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, right.
There just is not a team that can offer more than that.
No.
But my like immediate one, because I don't think that Boston will trade Tatum under any circumstances.
Right.
So obviously he's not in this trade. Kyrie's
Mm-hmm.
obviously not. I didn't want to put Horford in it because money gets really hard to work out. But
Right.
the trade that I have is Brown, Smart, Baines, Yabusele, just to make like
The
contracts
money
work.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 of their 4 picks this year, whichever ones they want, whatever ones are the higher ones. Or if they even get all this year.
So what picks do they have, just for clarification? Because I actually don't
They
know.
have a Memphis Grizzlies top 8 protected. They have Clippers lottery protected.
Okay.
I might be getting these switched around. They have the Kings number 1 protected, and they have their own.
Ooh, wow, that Kings pick really depreciated. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean,
okay.
yeah. But if you think back to the trade, they got for Markelle Fultz, they got Jason Tatum and a 15th pick, give or take.
Right. So,
Yeah, I'm in.
I mean, 3 picks is a lot, but none of those
Yeah.
are going to be nearly as valuable to AD.
No. I mean, they might even have to do 4, but eventually there goes to a point where you're getting so many picks that you're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, like one of them will probably hit.
Yeah.
Right? Like
One of them will
3.
be good. And also like
Yeah.
Rozier can be added through a sign and trade. Like, and this is all like all these trades are like roughly they're on money. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Right.
Etc. I mean, like they're relatively close.
I'll be honest. If I'm the Pelicans, I would not do a trade with the Celtics unless
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't if I was any team. I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, no, just don't trade with the Celtics. That's just
well. The only way that I would trade with the Celtics is if I was a team that had a star who wanted to leave and I was getting Jason Tatum. That's the only condition that I'm.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if I'm the Pelicans, the only player I would take is Jason Tatum. I wouldn't trade any other player.
If Anthony Davis has 1 year left on his contract,
right,
and they haven't made a move, like they're gonna have to take that trade because they're not letting Anthony Davis walk for free.
No, obviously not. But I feel like people underestimate how much can change in 1 year. Like, let's say the Pelicans are just like randomly good next year, just like they were last year. Like, there's a serious chance that AD can stay. And theoretically, that's much better than this package, right? Because, I mean, Jaylen Brown's been there's not like a star player coming from this package, Like, they're going to go through a rebuilding period if they take this.
Mm-hmm. Well, there has to be, like, between Brown... Brown is going to be not a star player.
Yeah? Okay.
I still think he'll make I think he's going to be pretty much Andre Iguodala. I think he'll make an all-star team.
Right.
And then you're going to...
Yeah, maybe.
An all-star team.
I could see it in like a weak year in the East. If he stays in the East.
Yeah, I mean he scores 19 a game and plays really good defense, like something.
Yeah, I could see it.
Something like that.
Better.
He's getting Marcus Smart. who for as much as I hate on, elite role player, Aaron Baines, whatever. I think he's on. No, actually, there's another year on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's something. I mean, he's a role player. He's another elite role player. Terry
He's
Rozier.
good.
For some reason, teams think Terry Rozier is good. I'm telling every NBA front office right now, Terry Rozier is not good.
Yeah, right.
Did not trade for Terry Rozier,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of front offices have him for some reason extremely high. They
Right.
rate him extremely high. I don't know why. I mean, and then they have all those picks. That's value. Like
It is. I
I don't
mean,
know.
I can see it. I would like that trade. You're proposing like go rebuild mode, right? You want the
Yes,
Pelicans to just kind of
yes.
tear it apart. I could
But
see.
also, New Orleans just does not have a market where they can tear it apart. They are content with making the playoffs as the seventh seed for the rest of eternity.
Oh well, for sure. Because I mean, New Orleans. Can we transition that into mine? Because mine is like the idea of like a more staying competitive move.
Mm-hmm.
So I call this one Clippersing the Clippers because
Mm-hmm.
what we're basically going to do is we're just going to take all of the assets that they gave away, that they got for Blake Griffin, and then just give it to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis.
So
Because
this is Tobias Harris, Shea
this is,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
this is going to be Tobias Harris, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and then like one of the various wings that they have along with the
Okay.
first. So let's
Okay.
say like any of their wings would really work. Like I would honestly
Okay.
take. I wouldn't take Bradley because he sucks.
Yeah,
But
Bradley's terrible.
yeah, but I would take one of their other wings, like Mbah Mute or something. Because the thing with the Pelicans, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even if you go full rebuild, you still have Drew Holiday on the team, who's like a borderline all-star, right?
Yeah.
Which just doesn't make sense. He's in the
Well,
prime of his career,
well,
borderline all-star.
the interesting thing with Drew Holiday,
What?
what the fuck is Drew Holiday worth?
A lot.
Like, are you sure?
Why would he not be?
Have you seen his contract?
I've seen his contract, but I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna say he's like earning it this year, but he's close. He's averaging 21 and he's an All NBA defender, averaging 21 and 8.
I am not a Drew Holiday hater
Right.
in the slightest. Do not get me wrong. But I think it's going to be really hard to get any value out of that contract. I legitimately think it could be like it's not as bad as the Gordon Hayward one, not close.
Yeah.
But I could see them having to attach a pick or attach something, some young asset to get rid of that. I mean, they wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense for them to do that. But
dude, what about a team like I don't know? What about a team like Detroit, where like all they need is like a point guard? Like if they can.
Yeah. Okay.
If they can get rid of like what about like they
I'm wrong.
Reggie Jackson and like some young players for Drew Holiday?
I'm wrong. Very wrong.
Because honestly, at this point, if Drew Holiday can keep this pace up, I'm taking them over like Kemba Walker, maybe Dame. I mean, 21-8 and like an All NBA defender is super valuable. They can play the 1 or the 2. There aren't that many combo guards that are good at defending both positions like that.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I was so wrong about that.
Yeah, and he's a 3-point shooter now, which is really good.
Mm-hmm. Does that offer, the Clippers offer, is that better than Boston's offer?
It depends on what you want to do. Boston's offer is better for like going complete rebuild.
I think Boston would probably keep you better, just as good as the Clippers offer. I mean, you're getting Brown, Smart, Baines, and Rozier.
Well, but like none of those players are really. I don't think any of them are as good as Tobias Harris.
No, but the combination of Marcus Smart, Aaron Baines, and Terry Rozier has got to be close. And then Jaylen Brown and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have roughly the same amount of potential, give or take. They're both athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're good at different things. Shea is a far better ball handler than Jaylen Brown ever will be. He's a better passer. You know.
I think another possible trade here is one where you could either go with the Jazz or Heat. I think the Heat would be interesting purely for the fact that they could give them Josh Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And Miami makes sense. Sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're good. No, I agree because they're cap locked. And
they're cap locked, and Anthony Davis has a reason to stay in Miami. He has no reason to stay in Utah.
Yeah, and they're one of the only teams in the league where they're like, oh, we have all of these good shooting, multiple position playing wings, and
we need that one guy. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like who's their best offensive player?
Josh Richardson. It's Josh Richardson.
Or Goran Dragic. I mean, depending on the night.
Yeah, and can you imagine Hassan Whiteside and Anthony Davis on the boards?
You know what? I would probably give up Hassan in that trade. I would probably.
I don't think the Pelicans would want him.
I know because I think you could remain relatively competitive if you got Josh Richardson and Hassan Whiteside,
Right,
and
but
you
they, I mean,
added for
they
Anthony
already
Davis,
have, but they
and
already
like
have.
obviously a pick.
Yeah, they do already have. They already have two bigs though. Like they already have Randall and Mirotic. Like, are you sure it's a good idea to add Hassan?
Well, Mirotic isn't necessarily a big.
That's
He's a
fair. He's a
wing.
power forward.
He's a wing.
Oh, he's not a wing. No.
Yes. What do you mean?
He can't play small forward. You kidding me?
Well, no, I don't think wing necessarily is attached to small forward. I think wing is just a perimeter player who shoots threes. I mean, I would not call him a big man in the slightest.
No, I guess I would just call him power forward because that's basically what he is.
Fair enough. I mean,
Okay.
you can call him what you want him. You can call him what you want him.
Yep. And then another player that I think could make a run at Davis is
Another
like
team.
is like low key the Jazz. They're another team that has like an abundance of wings, and they just need something.
Do they really?
I really think. Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, right? They got like Ingles, Crowder. Now they have Korver, so they can give up some of their other wings. They got Cephalosha, so like he could replace one of them. Like they have.
They have Dante Exum, who is a wing. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think he's a point guard. They have Grayson Allen, who's an NBA player. I don't have any problem saying that. Royce O'Neal.
He's underrated.
Oh, Royce O'Neal's fantastic.
Yep. I think,
so what do you want if you're the Pelicans from Utah?
Well, I definitely would want Joe Ingles, like 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You'd want Joe Ingles. I'd say you'd want Jay Crowder, just so we can fill up more like small forward, power forward kind of minutes.
You probably you demand Royce O'Neal, right?
I'd say Royce O'Neal, yep. And then you need like one perimeter. I would say,
Ricky Rubio to make contracts work?
Do you think that Ricky Rubio would be like do you think they would give up Ricky Rubio?
Yes.
I think the Jazz would.
Yeah.
I think the Jazz would, and then play Mitchell at point guard in that situation.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're the Utah Jazz and you're about to get Anthony Davis, like, to fucking throw in Ricky Rubio. But then my immediate question:
what?
You then have 3 wings on this roster, or 4. You have Kyle Korver, not Joe Ingles, Grayson Allen, Dante Exum, Georges Niang is a wing.
Right.
Kind of. Oh, and then Cephalosha, so that's 5.
Honestly, I could still put Cephalosha in my start. I honestly would not be that mad. Like giving Cephalosha like 20 minutes a game, but having him in my starting lineup, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
I would be totally fine with that.
I get it. I mean, if Utah does this, then they trade Derek Favors in their first for wing help. That's probably a trade that goes with it.
And honestly, I feel like there are teams that would like Derek Favors. I mean, I know he didn't shoot as a power forward, which is like
he's a hustle guy. I mean, is he? And he's on an expiring this year, or is it next year?
I'm
looking that up.
But on any other team, he's a center too. He's not a power forward.
Oh yeah, no.
He's
it is next year, not this year, by the way.
Okay, but like think about it, he's 6'10", he's 265 pounds.
He's a big guy.
If he's not on the same team as what's his face? If he's not on the same team as Gobert, then he's a center. Like absolutely.
My question: would you want to run Rudy Gobert and Anthony Davis together?
I think that'd be sick.
I think it would. I don't think I would be very hesitant to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just because Gobert is so offensively limited.
Okay. And?
He's probably the most one-dimensional big in the league besides like Hassan Whiteside, who's like legitimately a good player.
Yeah, well, Hassan Whiteside's not a good player. You can't.
No, Hassan Whiteside is good. Come on, don't do that, man, like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge fan, but he definitely is a good NBA player.
Okay, little backstory. So I went to. Sorry, this is like a sidetrack. I'll be done in like a minute.
No,
so I went to a Heat Sixers playoff game last year in Philly, and so 2 minutes into the game, like all of the fans are noticing how awful Whiteside is, and he gets taken out, right? Some Whiteside gets taken out of the game, and the fans, all in unison, start chanting, "Put in Whiteside."
No.
Because he was so bad. He was like losing them the game, like by himself. It was awful.
Wow.
He was getting played 10 minutes a game in that series. We made him completely useless. Like, Hassan Whiteside is Rudy Gobert, but he's worse at doing the things that Rudy Gobert does.
That's crazy. That's like actually insane.
Yeah, it was so funny. But
I just got I just saw this. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
The Mavericks have expressed interest in trading for Wizards forward Otto Porter.
Really?
Yep. So let's talk about that a little bit later. Let's try to remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
But we were talking about Utah.
Right.
I can't see that. I don't think that's nearly enough value. They would have to give up 2 to 3 first round picks to compete with Boston. And yeah, they definitely would. Like that, the package of players, like the best player they're getting is Joe Ingles. Like, I'm sorry, but
that's fair.
That's just not enough to get Anthony Davis.
No, you're right. I could definitely see that.
Yeah. But to be fair,
good.
All these teams do have an advantage against Boston. Because Boston can't trade for him until the offseason.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that transitions perfectly to the Lakers. I mean, if the Lakers really, 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 really want him, they probably give up Ingram, Lonzo, Hart, Isaac Bonga, Mo Wagner, and their pick for this next draft.
Yeah.
The question comes, do they want to match contracts in this trade so they have enough money to go after a good free agent? Or are they happy letting Anthony Davis's money go into their cap space that they have lined up for next summer? Because if they don't, then they're going to have to attach.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Well, here's the thing. I think it really depends on who they give up in the trade. I think that like if they're still comfortable with the team they have, like let's say they somehow avoid giving up like Lonzo or like some players like that, then they don't need to match. Like they can just have Anthony Davis money. But let's say they give up like Lonzo, Ingram, and Kuzma, then you're gonna need to take out money. You're gonna need to make sure that the contracts match that you can get someone else.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I do not have Kuzma in my deal because the Lakers have came out and said that they have no interest in giving Kuzma up.
I don't know why you would. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been unreal.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like the Lakers probably could have gotten the Anthony Davis deal done this summer if they did Ingram, Lonzo, Hart, and the picks of Bonga and Wagner, and then their next year pick. Like that probably gets the Anthony Davis deal done.
I think so. Yeah.
But now it's just like Brandon Ingram shot. Well, I don't know. Maybe this still does. Because Alonzo's obviously increased his trade value. Josh Hart's has gone through the roof. Isaac Bonga is still a question. Mo Wagner's just going to be a rotation player. And I mean, this pick is like the 23rd pick, 24th, 25th, 26th, around that lane, or around that range, sorry.
Right.
I mean, that probably still gets it done. Like, if I'm Los Angeles, man, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
With the likelihood of Kevin Durant leaving.
Right.
Yes. Of course you do this. If Kevin Durant legitimately might leave the Warriors and you can team up LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then have money to go get like considerable players in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. It's just I forgot how many assets the Lakers still have. It's like crazy how much they still have.
And I just and they have that kid from Kansas who played 5 years. He had crazy last name.
Svi Mikhailiuk.
That guy, he has trade value. I mean, and like even they're like not valuable at like Isaac Bonga has like considerable trade value. Just as a project. Like obviously he's nowhere close to like a Lonzo Ball or a Josh Hart, but still like that is legitimate. That is trade value.
Josh Hart was a
god, he's phenomenal too. He is so good.
How do people miss him? I just don't get like.
I don't know, dude.
Every team is like
6'6",
like a really good, right?
6'6", switchy,
Yeah, and he's like, I'm right here, guys, I'm right, and they just like all pass on him. I just don't get it, man.
I don't either. That's ridiculous. I don't know. But do you want to hear my Is this my last one? Oh, I have 2 more or 3 more or 4 more. Oh my god, I have so many. What time are we at right now? Okay, we're only at 20 minutes. We can keep going.
We're good. Yeah, we're
good. Going. All right. Here's where it starts to get interesting. I have one for Denver.
Good.
So the salary that they have for 2019, so next summer, is $91.5 million with Paul Millsap coming off the books. And the salary cap should be around $109 million. That gives them like 18 million, 18.5 million, give or take.
Right.
And where the discussion really starts if you're Denver's front office is that they could use that extra money to absorb the contract of Anthony Davis, or
Okay.
they can match with Anthony Davis and then go out and get role players on the market.
Yeah.
And here's my trade that absorbs with free money. It's Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and a pick. Probably gets it done.
That is an interesting ass trade, isn't it?
It really is, because Will Barton is like that is a win now trade, and you're getting Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and this pick, like that. I'm guessing, like I'm just gonna say first round pick. When I just say pick, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's the team next year first round pick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have one where they match, money. So where Denver really does have the chance to go out there and get more role players.
Okay.
However, what happens in this, Miles Plumlee, who's on the Nuggets? Mason Plumlee gets attached to this trade. 2 first-round picks get attached, opposed to 1 in the other trade.
Right.
So this trade is Anthony Davis, Wesley Johnson for Plumlee, Barton, Murray, Michael Porter Jr., 2 picks.
Okay.
And this matches perfectly. And Wesley Johnson's contract expires this next season.
Okay, John, I'm going to say something pretty controversial.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the Nuggets, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this if I'm the Nuggets, man.
Let me try to persuade you a little bit more. That would give them $25.4 million to spend if they let Millsap go and they do not match Trey Lyles, which they probably won't do either of those things. I don't imagine. But here are some names that they could spend that money on. And another really, really, really interesting layer to this.
Yeah.
This $25.4 million is going to be able to stretch so far because they already have so many wings on that roster.
Okay.
On rookie control. So, like, I put down just as far as wings go, Marcus Morris, Justin Holiday, Bojan Bogdanovic. They're all probably in the $8 to $13 million range this summer because the salary cap is going up a little bit.
Right.
Then go get a backup big. Go get Kevon Looney for $5 million, and then you have a little bit more money for a point guard because you're going to need another point guard to add to that rotation because then your only one would be that
Monty Morris. My boy.
Mm-hmm. Man, I would do that if I'm the Denver Nuggets and I can have a start or just a team consisting of Monty Morris, Gary Harris. I don't really know who would play 3. Oh, Hernan Gomez.
Right.
Davis and Jokic. If Kevin Durant leaves the Warriors, explain to me how that team doesn't compete for a title.
Because I think we've already proved the whole like 2 really good bigs thing is just not a good idea. I really think that like today's league is like more oriented towards that not working. You're
100% right, but these aren't big men. Like these aren't DeMarcus Cousins big men. Nikola Jokic couldn't play off ball to the extent that a shooting guard can.
To be honest, dude, Nikola Jokic and DeMarcus Cousins are like pretty similar players.
No, they are not.
I
would argue that night and day. DeMarcus Cousins is probably one of the worst passers in the NBA. Nikola Jokic is one of the best passers in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say that's the difference. Marcus is more of a scorer. Nikola Jokic is more of a passer.
Mm-hmm.
But
which is going to unlock Anthony Davis just so much more.
I could see that. I honestly could. But another thing to me is that like the Nuggets have what's going on right now is just so good for the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite know why they would risk everything for something that and their picks for something that doesn't potentially work. That has been shown to these types of situations.
There's a chance that it doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, Denver is a small market team. Free agents, they don't really get that many good, huge free agents. They are in a position where they can't really get that much better through the draft unless they fucking get extremely lucky or unless they make a trade. Dude, if you can get Anthony Davis and you're a small market team and you have a chance to compete for a title, you do it.
But here's the thing, right? You're saying like, oh, well, they have a chance to compete. They do they're the first in their conference.
Yes, but they're not
I mean,
competing. They're not going to compete this year.
well, why not? Like who? Like they're definitely gonna make it to the second round for sure. At least.
Yes, you're right, but there's two reasons. Number one, they have absolutely no experience. They have
Right.
no playoff experience, and the
Well,
second one is the
well,
Warriors exist.
well,
And
if you want to add playoff experience, AD is not exactly the best answer
very
there.
true, very true, very true. But he's also adding an incredible amount of talent to that
No,
team,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
and they also don't have LeBron James, so to beat these Warriors, it's impossible. Let's just say it.
Well, I
If you
mean,
if you don't have LeBron James, come on.
like teams are figuring them out a little bit. If Draymond Green
Nah.
keeps playing like this,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
teams
Yeah.
are they're not as good as they were in the past. I
Yes.
mean, and like okay, I know that like you're gonna be like, well, it's AD, he's pretty young. But like this, I mean, this roster's like really young. Like AD kind of turns into a win now roster where
Mm-hmm.
if you just keep this roster, like they have so much more time to like grow together,
I know.
build chemistry.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's definitely a discussion that can be had there.
I think out of this one's the least that I would want to do it if I was the other team.
If
Like,
you really,
yeah, like
what about Los Angeles?
no, because Los Angeles is obviously like we need to win like right now.
Fair enough, because they have LeBron. Because LeBron's 34.
Yeah, like with the Nuggets, like if they keep their core, like they have like a. That's another thing, right? Is with the Warriors. I think teams are stupid for trying to win now. I think teams should be trying to win like when the Nuggets are trying to win, which is like 4 or 5 years from now, when the Warriors don't exist. I mean, I think the Nuggets are honestly doing it perfectly right now. I don't think they should touch their team.
I respect it. I definitely respect it. I completely understand the argument. Like I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like I think I would. I might not, but I definitely understand the argument.
The only problem with my argument that I can see is that everybody kind of just expects Jamal Murray to take a few steps forward. Like
he hasn't really.
Yeah, there is a possibility that he could just not. Like that would fuck up everything.
And there's a chance that Michael Porter Jr.'s back is shot.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like even then, like even if Jamal Murray stays what he is right now and Porter doesn't come back, like they're still a good ass team.
They're a fantastic team. I mean, they're the number one seed in the West, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And like and the fact that like we're talking about them in the future and not now, and they're the number one seed, like with the Warriors conference, like that's
very
insane.
very Boston Celtics-esque.
It is, man. And they have all their picks, which is insane. I don't know how they still have all their picks.
I don't either. It's impressive.
And everybody forgets about Gary Harris, man.
Gary Harris is unreal. He's so good.
He's like a 20-point per game scorer, wing defender. Like he's so good. If he's
like
your,
he's
third
like
or fourth. Good.
No, he's like every NBA front office's wet dream.
Yeah, like to be the third or fourth option, which is what he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on an $18 million a year contract.
Yep, and he's plus his head.
Yeah, he's really good. Can we move on to the next one?
Of course. Do it.
Toronto. I think definitely should get involved.
I agree. They were one of the teams I was thinking about.
It's Valanciunas, Fred Van Vliet, OG, Pascal, 2 first-rounders for AD, Frank Jackson, Kenrich Williams.
Would never do that if I was the Pelicans. Holy no!
What?
There's no way,
dude. You get Fred Van Vliet.
Yeah, you get Fred Van
Vliet. Listen. Let me go.
Okay.
OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Is that not as good as, or almost as good as any young core and 2 first-round picks? That's a lot of trade value, man. That's like a considerable amount of trade value. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't do it right now if I was New Orleans, but like if it came to like next year and it's like trade deadline, I would definitely accept that.
I'll be straight up. Like that's basically just trading AD for Pascal Siakam.
No. Okay, change it to 3 first-round picks maybe.
Dude, but those are basically second-round picks. Like
I know,
those are going to be.
They're still good draft picks. Like it's still considerable draft picks. Like if you're the Pelicans, obviously you're going to be terrible if you do this trade. Yeah. You're going to get. I mean, you're going to have your own terrible picks, so good picks based off your terrible record, and then 3 other first-round picks.
That's like they're bad first-round picks.
Oh,
like,
come, dude.
What?
Any pick that any team is going to get, that any team is going to give once they're getting Anthony Davis is going to be a bad first-round pick.
I mean,
Unless it's like the Clippers
yeah,
if they're throwing the barn.
right, or the Heat or one of that. But like
Yeah.
these are gonna be really bad. Like they're gonna be 30th probably.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
right.
so basically you're getting let's say you're getting those. You're getting 3 first, really late, really early second round picks. And I mean, Fred VanVleet, like he's good.
He's a great role player. He's somebody that you can pick up, and they're gonna have
Yeah.
and New Orleans is gonna have money to pay him, so he probably won't leave them. You're gonna get OG. I have no idea how much potential OG has.
Me neither. OG, like
I have
OG's
no
been
clue.
kind of disappointing. He's been kind of disappointing, but that's just because there's so many players. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
I mean he's on like this. He's on the deepest, so probably the second deepest or deepest, depending on Celtics or the Raptors team in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh,
And then I
OG's
mean,
good.
is it fair to say Pascal Siakam is going to be a star, like a multi-time star? Yeah, I mean,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not one that if you're New Orleans, you're like going to do, like, and not even think about. But it does. I mean, there is a discussion that has to be had with this trade.
No, well, I'll be honest. When I was really against it, I didn't even hear it. He said OG and a newbie. That changes it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
I think OG. OG's such a wild card. I just don't know about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause he could be Kawhi Leonard. Like Kawhi Leonard was about this good when he was OG's age.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the same time, he could just be like, like just coming off the bench.
He could be Terrence Ross.
Whoa, Terrence Ross. What? Terrence Ross can't defend people. Can he?
Well, you know what I mean. That whole level player.
Yeah. That good. Like Terrence Ross.
Yeah, that about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I didn't mean like that kind. You know what I meant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. So yeah.
Or he could be like a slightly less offensively gifted, more defensively focused Otto Porter. That's probably the most realistic outcome for him.
He's like as good at defense as Porter is at offense and vice versa.
Yeah. Where he's like a 12-point per game scorer, plays good defense, shoots good from everywhere on the field.
Right, which is really useful. But
yeah, that's a $24 million player apparently at Brooklyn.
Well, that's another thing too with free agents. Like this is I'm predicting this is going to be another one of those 2016 years where like
it is because because the cap is going up. Is it like how much money?
Like probably like I'm gonna say 5 to 10,
which is a considerable amount of money when you look at
and every team.
Every single team. Yeah,
because like this is where most of the shitty 2016 contracts end.
Mm-hmm. Timothy Mozgov, J.R. Smith.
Yep. So like every team's gonna have a fuck ton of money, and they're all gonna spend it on wing players because they've all heard everybody telling them that everybody just needs a bunch of wing players. So I guarantee people like Bojan Bogdanovic are gonna get like 15 million plus. I think he's gonna get like 17 million.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
No, yeah, I completely see it.
Yep.
But there definitely has to be a discussion there. Like, again, that's probably not a right now. That's probably either this summer or next season type of deal.
Yeah.
But the next one that I have, like, I have the Heat, like the Wizards. No way.
No.
There's just they don't have enough assets unless they give like 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Like how the Rockets were going to do for Jimmy Butler. But the next one that I have that's like the last one that's interesting is New York.
Okay.
I have like Tim Hardaway Jr., Frank, and Kevin Knox, and a pick. Probably their pick. Not this year, but their next year pick. And maybe this year's second round pick.
I mean, that one could work. That one though, like that one is really.
You might have to add Mitchell Robinson or the kid they got from Arizona.
Yeah.
What's the shooting guard?
Trier?
Yeah, Alonzo Trier. Yeah. You might have to add one of them or both of them and add another guy in and make it match,
Yeah, I think that's like okay. I think you're really counting on Kevin Knox to be good though, if you're the Pelicans with that one.
Yeah, and you're definitely saying, hey, Frank, you definitely got to learn to shoot the ball.
Or do anything on offense.
Yeah.
Like part of his whole thing was he was supposed to be like a playmaker.
We talked about that. We talked about that last podcast.
Right.
How it was he was supposed to be like a defensive passer or somebody who could run the pick and roll at a really high level.
Yeah, exactly.
Not true.
Nope, none of that was really true. he's like what you're scared of when you draft European players, where it's just like they're just
there's just not enough. There's just not enough information on them.
Yeah, where he's just not as good at anything as you thought he was.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I don't know, man. I think that one's okay, but you just have to hope that Kevin Knox is good.
I wouldn't do that if I was the Pelicans. That'd be like one of my last ones that I would do.
Yeah, because there has to be better ones.
Oh yeah, they're well. I mean, yeah, we just talked about the better ones. But are you ready? Are you ready to get into other trades?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's enough Anthony Davis for one day.
Yeah, I think so. It's enough Anthony Davis for a while.
Yeah. Well, naturally my mind goes straight to the Celtics.
Yep.
With trades. I also tried to look at Sixers ones. I have no idea what the Sixers can do.
No, I don't want to do anything. We're fine. We have 3 stars. We're good. We don't need anything.
Oh, I meant like role player trades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll be
fine. Mike Muscala and like a second round pick for DeAndre Dedmon?
No, you mean Dwayne Dedmon?
Yeah.
Okay. No, the problem with us is that like in order to get any role players, we would need to give up
role players. Yeah.
So our picks aren't valuable at all, and like we don't really have anybody else. So
yeah, I mean Markelle Fultz is really
good. But we're not going to do anything with him. Like I would love to give him away, but then if we give him away,
I think you guys definitely will. The one that I really like that I've heard like a million times is like somehow get Fultz to the Magic and then get back Evan Fournier or Terrence Ross. Probably Fournier.
Fournier, I don't know. Fournier hasn't been good this year, but that might just be like a blip.
Yeah, but if I was the 76ers, would you not take that?
Here's the problem, dude. Like, if we give away Fultz and he's good somewhere else, like, we're gonna look like fucking idiots.
Well, you already do look like fucking idiots.
Hey, yeah, I know.
I mean to be an ass.
No. I mean, I know we do, but like, dude, because like the fact is, like, I think there's still a chance that he could be good somewhere else, and like, it might be better just to hope that he is good and then have a sure title contender than to just like give away him to somebody that might not stay and that we might not be able to afford. Because we really might not be able to afford these guys. Once we have to pay Ben Simmons, you know,
and you have to pay Zahir Smith, et cetera.
Yeah. Don't we have to pay Butler now too?
What's up?
Don't we have to pay Butler now too?
Yes, you have to pay him this summer.
Yeah, that's brutal. I'm not very happy with the Butler thing still, but that's a different.
I know. I would be, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
As far as the Celtics go, I don't really have a trade. I just have like a note that just says Rozier is as good as gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like I have no interest in resigning him. Like he is definitely an NBA player. Like I'm not trying to say he's like not an NBA player, but Marcus Smart is miles better for this team.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather just have like any wing help whatsoever.
I think you guys have a serious problem, which you need to get in front of early, which is just the fact that like once Al Horford starts to get slightly worse, your team's fucked. Like you don't have any big men other than him. Like Baines kind of is there, but you can't have Baines unless you have Al Horford.
I'm trying to think who are the bigs in this draft. I mean, like one that we could like legitimately could get pretty easily is like Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, I still need to look at it. I need to look at the draft, man. I'll be honest, I'm not an expert on the draft yet. We're gonna make our. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are gonna do that mock draft, but I'm not either. But I just know that Gafford's like around like the 15th pick, so they could definitely trade up and get him. But yeah. I mean that's where the Anthony Davis thing comes in. Like if you can keep Kyrie and Jason Tatum, just fucking do it.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm at that
point.
I think this team.
They're not one of the teams that like one of those like one-dimensional bigs could go to, like Hassan, if they want to trade him.
No.
No.
No, I would rather die.
Yeah, I don't have Hassan on their team.
But what? The only thing that I think Rozier gets traded for is picks. Like to a contender for like a late first-round pick, like the Rockets.
It would have to be out of conference because you don't want to trade him within conference because then I'll come back to bite you in the ass. You look stupid.
No, fuck it, whatever. If Terry Rozier is going to beat me in a playoff series, Terry Rozier is going to beat me in a playoff series.
Well, no, you don't want to give him away to someone in your conference for a pick and then lose to him. Like that looks like an L.
Well, I don't think Danny Ainge cares what he looks like. I think if he's getting the most value, then it's fine. But I really like Rozier to the Rockets for like salary filler, and then like Michael Carter Williams in a pick, and then the Celtics cut Michael Carter Williams. Like, okay,
Yeah, I could see
like,
that.
I really like that.
How ready do you think the Rockets are to give up their picks at this point, though?
Pretty. What are they? They're 21 and 15 right now.
Yeah, I think so. I have the standings right here. They're 21-15.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they are more now. Yeah,
ready.
they've been pretty good.
Pretty ready.
Dude, James Harden, man.
He's
Jesus
unreal.
Christ.
He's
Jesus
incredible.
Christ.
He's incredible.
This guy could easily be a 4-time MVP. If voters voted like a little differently, he could be a 4-time MVP.
You know how we said Giannis was like the sure MVP, and then James Harden does this, and I'm like, okay, so if the season ended right now, James Harden would absolutely get the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do know that. My bad. I misinterpreted that. Yeah, James Harden, man. Except, yeah.
I mean, like, he's probably my MVP right now. Like, even though last show I literally said Giannis is getting it.
Oh no, like James Harden's my MVP like right now. Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
How many points a game is he scoring now?
It's like for this stretch, it's like 43 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he's scoring 33 for the season on 62% true shooting. Holy fuck!
God, Jesus.
Holy fuck! That's insane.
This is like legitimately like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan levels of like.
This might be low-key the best scoring season ever.
No, it's not as good as Michael's 37.
I mean, how well is Michael Jordan shooting from the field?
Well, let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, I think we might need to look that up.
I feel like it's probably gonna be like 50% or just something just fucking asinine.
That's fact. It probably is. I don't know why I'm.
There we go, Michael Jordan.
Yep. Hold up. Probably 70% from the field, I'm gonna say.
Wait, no, never mind. Wrong, Mike. I got the executive Michael Jordan, not the 37. Okay, so his field goal percent, yeah, it's 48% field goal.
I mean,
he also shot 18% from 3, but it was a different time.
Yeah, it was a different. He only took 0.8 per game. You can't even really you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But what was his true shooting though? That's the question. Does it measure? Can you put true shooting into this?
There's effective field goal percentage.
Fuck, I don't know what that means. I'm stupid.
Effective field goal percentage is just like it just adjusts for the fact that a 3 is worth more than 2. That is really interesting. We will look at that later because James Harden takes so many 3s. But okay, let's get back to the trades. Jesus, we get sidetracked so bad.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, you're totally good.
So where were we at? We were at Terry.
We were at Terry Rozier, but I mean, like, unless you have another idea, I'm good to move on.
Yeah, I'm good to move on.
He's just so hard to trade because he makes no money.
Yeah, no, I mean exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
It would have to be for picks. You can't make the sellers match.
No, the next one I have is I just have like 2 Pelicans ones, like just to try to get any wing depth whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like again, the problem is you're trading rotation players to get rotation players.
Yeah, I don't see why you would ever do that, to be honest.
But I mean, like, I have one that's like Damari Carroll for Ian Clark, Jahlil Okafor, and a 2nd-round pick. And the Nets would just cut Jahlil Okafor. So they're just giving up Damari Carroll for a 2nd-round pick, basically.
I mean, the Nets would do that. I could see that.
And, like, if you're the Pelicans, like, you probably do that. Like, you're just getting better.
But the poor Nets could finally make the playoffs this year. Like,
no, could they?
They're one game out.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Nets are not bad. I don't know if I would even do that if I was the Nets. They might actually try to make the playoffs. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm. Well, how many minutes a game does Damari Carroll play?
I think a fair amount. If I'm not mistaken, I can check right now. I'm pretty sure a fair amount.
I know that he just like stopped shooting 3s.
Yeah, that's probably better. He was pretty bad. 24 minutes a game.
He's shooting 37% from the field. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm probably okay with trading him.
Yeah, he shouldn't roll up from the line though, which is interesting. Yeah. Because I think he draws. He was a fair amount. He's
a big guy. He's a big guy. I don't know. But that's one of them.
I feel so bad for the Nets. Just like they sucked for so bad not having their picks, and now they finally get their pick, and they're like,
they're okay. I know. I do too.
Yeah, it's so sad. But continue.
Chiek Diallo and Kenrich Williams for Troy Daniel.
Yeah, why not? I don't
Well,
care.
I mean, like that probably makes sense. Like it's probably the most boring trade of all time, but
Oh
it
yeah,
pro
like that popped up on my feed. I was thinking about it for like 10 minutes and then be like, yeah, whatever.
yeah. I mean, like if you're the Suns, you probably just take that because Czech Diallo is like younger than Troy Daniels. And if
Yeah,
you,
and
I mean,
they
like
don't they don't have too many
whatever.
bigs.
Yeah. And the Nets, I have like Ed Davis for any salary fill in the second round pick because I just don't think Ed Davis is that good, especially for
What?
that team.
Why not?
I don't know. I've just never liked him. Like he's like
Why?
I feel his I just think his value you could get on the buyout market so easily.
Well, like objectively, he's the best rebounder in the league.
Huh?
Ed Davis? Yeah,
Is he actually?
dude. Yeah, he averages more rebounds per minutes played than like anybody. Like,
Does he have the highest rebound percentage?
it has to be up there. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure it is.
maybe I'm full of shit. Okay, let's pretend that one never happened. Let's pretend he didn't get anything
Like
there.
just pointing out, Ed Davis has 8.3 rebounds, but he's playing 17 minutes a game.
That's incredible. Holy shit.
Hold on. So per 36, which is like, dude, he's getting 18 rebounds for 36 minutes.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't like Ed Davis is such an underrated rebounder. I don't know why no one knows that. And like when you're big as Jarrett Allen, who like
Hmm.
he's like an okay rebounder, but he's not good. That's
Hmm.
really good to have Ed Davis out there with him.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I am very wrong.
I mean, no, it's fine. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about Ed Davis. He's a
Yeah,
super good rebounder.
yeah. All right. Now the next thing that I have, I'm just going down a list.
Yeah.
DSJ trades. What do you think?
Well, now that Otto Porter's been mentioned,
I feel like DSJ has infinitely more trade value than Otto Porter.
he does, but the Wizards already have. I mean, well, John Wall just got hurt.
And the weird thing with Dennis Smith Jr. is that he is a really good off-ball three-point shooter. So even when
Really?
John Wall, yes, it's really weird. At least he was his
Huh.
first rookie year. So
Yeah.
like even if John Wall comes back next year and you have Dennis Smith Jr., like there's a
Yeah.
chance that that could work and you have two really good ball handlers on the court.
Right.
Okay, okay.
So
They
you
could
have to
both.
play John Wall at two guard though.
That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. He's 6'6".
Yeah. Sure.
Like I'm fine with that.
Right. So don't the Mavs have some pretty shitty contracts on their roster still too? Couldn't they put those in there? Like let's see, who do they have? Who are they paying a fuck ton of? Wesley Matthews. That's who it is.
He's an expiring.
Yeah, exactly. So if you trade like
Well,
Wesley Matthews and go ahead.
they don't want it. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, if you trade Wesley Matthews for the contract filler with DSJ, and you get like Otto Porter, maybe a pick.
I wouldn't do that for a minute.
What? If you're the Mavs?
Here are mine. Here's mine with what the fuck's that team called? The Wizards. If I could
Okay.
find it, unless I'm retarded.
Right.
Oh my god. Did I not do this one?
Hmm.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This one, DeAndre Jordan, is also in the trade,
Okay.
just to make salaries work. I have
Yeah.
DSJ, DeAndre, and then Jalen Brunson, and then like Kostas Antetokounmpo, and then like a future second for Bradley Beal.
That's interesting as hell.
And here's another really interesting layer to this trade. You know how I said DeAndre Jordan has a chance to get cut off our roster this year?
Right.
If that trade happens, if you're the Wizards, you legitimately might try cutting DeAndre Jordan so you can get like the best pick you physically can. So you can like legitimately make a run on getting Zion Williams with how the lottery is restructured.
Right. Although the Wizards have been missing with a big man for forever. Like that's what they've needed.
Okay. Well, would they push the hard cap?
The Wizards, maybe. Well, not this year because this year John Wall is still not in.
No, I'm saying so they would get DeAndre's bird rights, I think, and then
Yeah.
they would have to re-sign him this summer, the year that John Wall's contract kicks in.
They no, because they would have gotten rid of Bradley Beal in this trade. So his
Very
like
true. Okay,
his
okay, yeah.
like
So it's a one
yeah
for one. I get what you're saying.
yeah
Maybe you do that.
maybe man
If
because yeah
dude, if you get the bird rights for DeAndre Jordan and
yeah
you also get DSJ, Jalen Brunson is good. Coaches Antetokounmpo is a project, and you get a second round. But like,
Yeah.
you probably do that, right?
Well, so here's like the only thing I would say about that. The only thing I would really say is I don't know if I'd want to give up Jalen Brunson if I'm the Mavs.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I mean,
you wouldn't really have a
J-
backup
J-
PG.
Jalen Brunson's really fucking good.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm fucking dumb. Never mind. JJ Barea is there. I don't give a fuck. Never mind.
No, Jalen Brunson is still really, really good.
He is, but like JJ Barea is like top 10 most underrated players in the league.
Yeah, but he's also 33.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, you're right actually, because because JJ Barea is really small too.
He's 5'11". Yeah.
Yeah, you're right actually. So
I would probably do this trade if I was either side.
I'm trying to think about it.
Because the Mavericks are in a position where there's legitimately very few ways for them to get star talent.
Yeah.
Unless they sign a free agent, which is hard because they're not Miami or Los Angeles or New York.
My question is, who do the Mavs play with the big man position then?
You would use Dwight Powell, Maxi, is it Kleber?
Yeah, and
Dorian Finney-Smith play power forward, and then
that's kind of brutal.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And then you would definitely have to look in any trade scenario where they do trade a big, especially DeAndre Jordan. They have to look at the buyout market for bigs.
For sure.
Zach Randolph is
They
somebody.
Need rebounders. They need rebounders.
Zach Randolph is a hell of a rebounder. Dirk is another thing.
What? Dirk?
Yeah, Dirk is a thing.
No, he's not.
I think he's playing like 16, 15 minutes a game.
He's playing 9 minutes a game.
Is he really?
He's playing 9 minutes a game. He has 1.4 rebounds. The guy, he literally can't move, dude. He can't say Dirk's a thing.
Well, I mean, I did not mean a rebounding thing. I meant like a 3-point shooting thing.
My little brother, who's 12, could beat Dirk Nowitzki in a race. Like,
you're probably right.
Honestly, you can't say Dirk Nowitzki's a thing. But if his name was Joe Smith and like he was a role player in the NBA, he wouldn't have a job.
Very true.
Serious.
Very true.
He's nothing. Honestly,
you're very true.
That's my problem is that they would get out rebounded as fuck. That might be the biggest problem.
Yeah, but I mean, they would also. I don't know if you could get Bradley Beal. I don't know. Do you want to hear my other DSJ one?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like the smartest thing to do is just trade him for picks.
Like what kind of? But like, why would a team give away? You'd obviously be trying to trade him for good picks, right? Like
well, I mean, I would probably take like 2 mid-first rounders and a second rounder. Like I'd probably take that for DSJ if I was the Mavericks.
Like from like a good team?
Like the 15th pick and 2 drafts and then like the 45th pick.
So like who would you say like this would like what team in particular?
Oh god, I haven't thought about this. Miami.
Yeah, but like I don't know if Miami would. No, I don't know. No, Miami. I actually don't think Miami can do that. They already gave up their 2021.
Yeah, because they gave that to the Suns, and now the fucking Sixers have it.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Fucking go. That team's gonna suck ass in 2021.
I know you're very, very, very right. I don't know. I mean,
you know what I would say you have to do with this one? You have to give him to a team that like thinks they're hot shit, but like is gonna start sucking pretty soon.
Sacramento.
Like I was thinking more like maybe like somebody like Orlando or something.
Orlando. Oh, I do have an Orlando one. It's DSJ and Powell. I doubt they want to include Powell.
Yeah.
But and Devin Harris for Terrence Ross, Jonathan Simmons, and 2 second round picks.
Yo, wait, what?
That does not give. I don't think the Mavericks would do that. They're just not getting.
What if you did a 1-for-1? What if you did him like DSJ for like Jonathan Isaac 1-for-1?
Oh fuck. Yeah. I would do it.
Which would you do that for both teams?
Yeah.
I think I would, man.
Probably. Well, honestly,
the
if
Nets
if
are
I
good.
if I'm the Mavericks, I would definitely want to somehow get Jonathan Simmons in that deal, like add some kind of salary because I think DSJ has more trade value than Jonathan Isaac.
That's
Fuck,
questionable.
fuck, does he? Because they were in the same draft, and Jonathan Isaac was taken before DSJ.
And DSJ, well, here's the thing: DSJ objectively has like not been a great overall 3-point shooter. He doesn't play defense. He has not been a good playmaker. So
It's purely off of potential. You're right.
He's basically the opposite of Jonathan Isaac for like everything Jonathan Isaac stands for. That's weird, man. That's such a cool trade.
I think I would do it.
Yeah.
For both teams. I think I would too.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's what I'm picturing is like, think about like the defensive lineups that they could put around Doncic, with him like just being the only offensive player on the court.
And like DSJ and like Dorian Finney-Smith and Kostas Antetokounmpo is your 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
that sounds.
Wow.
Or like, yeah,
disgusting.
Finney Smith and Jonathan Isaac on the floor at the same time would be sick.
And Kostas, you bringing him up from the G League next year? Oh God, that would be gross.
Especially and this year, like it's man. I'm just thinking like Jonathan Isaac next to like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, they could literally hold hands and go across the court.
Yeah, that's like, man. I actually really like that trade. DSJ
I do too.
Straight up.
I do too.
Because the Magic has so many wings already.
I know.
Dude, the Magic would be pretty sick.
As much as we make fun of them, they've legitimately done okay with team building.
Oh yeah, and like I know a couple guys that went to UCF, which is like right in Orlando. Like the excitement for that team in Orlando is starting to build a little bit too. Like
Damn.
People are starting to become like proud to be Magic fans again, which is like interesting. I think that team's on the come up. Although the problem is that a lot of those players like are probably gonna leave on that team. Like a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't think they really are, but I think they are.
I mean,
that's
like,
why I'm saying, yeah.
Well, Terrence Ross, I could see leaving to like a legitimate good team.
Same with Moose, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
here, let's keep going with trades because we're almost at an hour. We can go a little bit further than an hour.
Yeah.
But, my last DSJ one is DSJ and Dwight Powell for TJ Warren and Troy Daniels. Probably do that if I was both. I would definitely do it if I was the Mavericks. Well, no, okay, add a second round pick into that the Mavericks are getting because Dwight Powell is a good player. But I would not hesitate to do that if I was the Mavericks.
If the Mavericks?
Dude, TJ Warren is fucking incredible, and his contract is insane. It has just as much team control as DSJ's contract year-wise. Obviously, it's going to be getting a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But dude, he's scoring 18 points a game on 50% from the field and 43% from three on 4.4 attempts a game. That's incredible.
The thing with TJ Warren though, well, he's another guy that like really likes having the ball to score, which is not good. And,
especially when you have Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, and I mean another problem is that like TJ Warren, like I just don't trust him yet. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand like his 3-point shot looks like really good, but like he's had, I mean, think about the sample size, right? He's had 4 whole years of being ass from three, and then he's had 32 games of being good from three. Like, are you gonna trust that by giving away like one of your best young players, or pretty much him?
I don't know. I would definitely think about it.
I would think about it. And that's a risky one. That's all I'll say. Like, I would think about it, but it's risky. You know?
Yeah, like I don't know. I would. That's definitely a conversation I would have to have.
If I had any Magic trade, and then I had also had this trade,
probably take the Magic trade.
Yeah. Although Troy Daniels is good.
And Troy Daniels was really good. Troy Daniels is fantastic.
Yeah. I think he's pretty good. I don't know why he doesn't get more minutes.
I don't either. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe I know. Yeah, the Suns have a million wings. They have to give Josh Jackson wings because they took him 4th overall. That's why.
Well, he's really a shooting guard too. Like I mean,
Jackson
He's
or
6'4".
Troy
No,
Daniels?
Troy
Yeah,
Daniels.
yeah,
He's
you're
6'4", 205
right.
pounds. He plays the same position as their best player, which is kind of a problem.
And Mikal Bridges is pretty much a 2 guard because he's only like 6'5", I think.
Mikal Bridges? What?
Yeah, I think Mikal Bridges is 6'5", I think, right? Or is he 6'7"?
I know his wingspan.
No, he's 6'7". He's 6'7". I'm wrong as fuck.
And he has a huge wingspan.
Oh yeah, he does. He's very long.
I don't remember what it is. I think it's like 7 feet.
Yeah, he's very
least.
long.
Yeah, but I think the Suns make sense for the Suns more than the Mavericks. I just don't know what the Mavericks need. Like I don't know what they,
Wing help.
I guess, but like, I feel like all they need is a star. I feel like they need a star. Like they need another star.
Mm-hmm. Well, TJ Warren. I mean, there's potential that he develops into a star.
You think so?
Well, dude, he's scoring 19 points a game on extremely efficient shooting.
No, yeah, he's definitely been great this year. I think he's definitely been great.
There's a chance he does. I'm not gonna say he does because I have no idea.
I'm just really worried this year it's a fluke so far. Like that's all I'm worried about.
Well, last year he scored 19 a game on 50% from the field. Also, the only thing that changed is 3-point shooting.
Yeah. But like last year, like nobody gave a fuck about TJ Warren. And now he's shooting threes, and people do. Like it's like if the threes go off, like people don't care about him anymore.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. All right. Do you have any other trades you want to talk about? Just in any? No, any trades. They're at the end.
We got to talk about Otto Porter now, right? Because.
Dude, if I'm the Mavericks, I'm not giving DSJ for Otto Porter. Like, I think there's a chance that the Wizards have to attach assets to move that contract.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, dude, no, that's just retarded.
Would any team want him? Like, I don't know who would want Otto Porter at this point.
Like, I could see the Mavericks doing, like, Wesley Johnson plus something else for Otto Porter. But that also kills their long-term salary flexibility.
Yeah.
Which really I don't. Yeah, especially for a small market team.
Oh yeah, extremely. Because Otto Porter Jr. has kind of been a little overrated for the past few years, anyway. He's
definitely I think he's on. If I could speak, that'd be cool. He's a really good NBA player.
No, he is, but people are saying like, oh, he's a third option on a championship team. Like,
no, he's the sixth option on a championship team.
Yeah, like he's literally Joe Ingles, but like he shoots like maybe like 1% better from three.
And he gets paid a fuck of a lot of dollars more.
Oh yeah, I honestly don't know why people. I think it's because people went crazy over how well he's shooting from three. Like,
yeah,
you can shoot as well from three as you want. If you're like average to below average at everything else, it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean he is a 50-40-90 shooter, but like I mean obviously this year is not. He's been slumped. Like he's been a huge slump this year, but he did it like 2 years in a row or 2 years ago or something like that.
No, he was never 50-40-90.
Yes, he was.
No, he's never even shot 90. He's never shot 90% from the free throw line.
Huh?
No, he never has.
BS.
No, he had 50-40.
82.
80. Yeah, it's like close. But like if you say, well, there's so many people in history that were close.
Very
like,
true.
If you were like. If you're like, this guy's close to being 50-40-90, it wouldn't be prestigious anymore.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Like, I don't know. He's like good. It's just like people overrate the fuck out of him, man.
I understand. Any other trades?
Honestly, I think those were like the two big ones that could actually happen soon.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 3 other like tiny ones that might do something one day.
Okay, go ahead. What are some?
The Rockets, like, because they just need depth at any position. Brandon Knight is trash.
Oh, he's awful. Yeah.
He's so bad. So I have a trade where like they're giving up like Brandon Knight and like let's call this the 20th pick for DeMarre Carroll.
Yeah.
Probably makes sense for both teams. And then I was looking at Milwaukee.
Right.
Because they're like very, very, very close to being in like Toronto level good.
Well, they have a better record right now.
Yeah, but they're not as good as Toronto.
No.
But the two that I thought, like, I have another Troy Daniels one. It's just Jason Smith and a second rounder for Troy Daniels. And then I have like Jason Smith and a second round for Justin Holiday.
Dude, Justin Holiday, man.
He's fucking good. Yeah, I know.
Someone needs to do that.
Someone needs to sign him from the Bulls. Like, just get him off that team.
Seriously, man. I didn't know he was that good before this year.
I didn't either. I don't think he has been, has he?
No, I don't think so. Dude, I'd be so
Yeah.
down. He had the points. He didn't have the percentages, though. Like,
What?
he had the points, but he didn't have the percentages to back it up. Like, he averaged 15
Mm-hmm.
points per game last year.
Mm-hmm.
If only Philly could get him, man. That would be,
That would be the perfect trade for Philly. That'd be perfect.
Oh, yeah. But another trade I was thinking about was somebody for Kemba. Like, what could be a trade to get Kemba help?
Dude, I don't. I've given up.
Well, because, like, everybody's saying get rid of Kemba, but what about get Kemba help of some kind?
I think Jeremy Lamb is probably the one you move because Jeremy Lamb is probably the second best player on that team.
I would say you move, like, their first and Malik Monk and Miles Bridges with, like, Nick Batum.
Oh, Miles Bridges is good as fuck. I would try not to move Miles Bridges.
You move him with Nick Batum. That's what I'm saying. Because
So,
in order to get rid of because
like,
Nick Batum would be contract filler, and you get rid of those guys.
Brad Beal.
Yeah, I would say like Bradley Beal.
But I feel like if you are the Hornets and you were trying to surround Kemba with talent, you would have already done it and let the team gel. Like, I think it might just be too late to trade for like another star.
Also, why are you on Miles Bridges' dick? What's so good about Miles Bridges?
He's just really switchy and really athletic, and is like the perfect wing you need in the NBA.
I mean, I guess. Like, from what I've seen, he's like good for a rookie, but he's not like great. Like, he's not.
I think he's really good. Like, I mean, I just am not a big fan of trading young wings in any sense.
Yeah,
of,
that's
like,
fair. Because any really young wing that's decent has a chance to become like really good.
It's not even that. Like, any young wing on rookie team control contract.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, I could definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few teams that I was wondering about. You think need a trade? Do you think the Clippers need a trade?
No, because they're not competing this year. I don't think in the slightest.
The Clippers aren't?
No.
Really?
They're not going to win a playoff series this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't think they're competing this year? I think they are.
No, not in the slightest. Like, their best player is Tobias Harris. As much as I like Tobias Harris, I'm sorry, but no.
They might not even keep Tobias Harris though.
Yeah, I'm just saying for this year, like competing for the playoffs. Like, they're not as good as the Thunder. They're not as good as the Warriors. They're not as good as the Nuggets. They're not as good as the Lakers. And I mean, those teams.
Okay. No,
like,
right. I thought you meant they were like weren't trying to. They're definitely trying to.
Oh no, they absolutely are trying to, but
yeah,
they won't do anything. Is what I'm trying to say. Like,
fair.
even if like they would have to make like a huge addition.
Yeah, I agree.
But in any addition they make, they're trading so much of their depth, which is what makes them a playoff team to start.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. They're just an interesting study this year.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the Sacramento Kings are too, man. I don't know about the Kings. They're 19 and 17.
I want them to fall out of the playoffs so badly.
Why?
Because the Celtics have their pick.
Oh well, they are out of the playoffs right now.
They're the 9th seed.
Yeah, I know. Bro, Nemanja Bjelica, man.
So good.
Ugh.
Didn't Philly have him? Yep, he sure did.
No, what happened was that he signed with us.
And he said, I gotta go.
Yeah, so then he went to the EuroLeague for like a day and then came back and was like, actually, I want to be on the Kings.
That's fucked. How did he know, bro?
Dude, well, no, something must have been going, because Yogi Ferrell did the same thing.
With Phoenix? Like with?
No, he did it with the
Philadelphia?
Mavs. No, he did it with the Mavs. He signed with the Mavs and then signed with the Kings. So, like, somebody must have seen De'Aaron Fox, like, work out in the offseason or something and be like, oh, shit, we need to be on De'Aaron Fox's team.
I guess. I don't know. That's like, I don't know.
There must have been something that happened. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how they would have known.
Yeah. Or they're like, dude, I really want to play on the same team as Zach Randolph. Like,
who the fuck? Shut the hell up. Shut up. All right. Do you have?
No, I don't have anything else.
You don't have anything else?
I think I'm done after that.
Yeah, after the people want to play with Zach Randolph comment.
He's just so fat. Like, I just want to play with him.
He's just the perfect level of chunky.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see where he eats.
Oh fuck.
Wait, do you want to do like really quick random takes before we leave, or do you not want to?
Yeah, sure.
All right, really quick random takes.
I mean, I don't really have one off the top of my head. Go for it though.
First one. Spurs are finally good. Happy. I'm very happy that they're finally good.
Yeah, they beat Boston last night.
Yeah. Pacers are. I don't know what the fuck. Why are the Pacers so good? Why are what the fuck?
I don't know. Victor Oladipo is not having an amazing year either.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like this is
It really doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, Domantas
no.
Sabonis is like the second coming of Tim Duncan. Like, I
Yeah,
gotta be real.
of Jesus, aka Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like no, it's just like Bojan Bogdanovic, probably the most underrated player in the league.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't realize he's shooting 46% from three.
Yeah, he's
unreal. From the field. And
it's past Christmas.
Yeah, and he's a pretty decent defender. 32 minutes a game. Mm-hmm. Unreal player. He's gonna get $20 million.
No way.
Why not?
Why not? Because he's like a fucking white shooter dude.
Okay, so let me just tell you. So let's go back to Otto Porter. Otto Porter got a max $28 million contract in the offseason.
No, I'm not saying that in this. Like, Bojan Bogdanovic is a million times better than Otto Porter Jr.
Right, yeah.
But Otto Porter Jr. also had a hell of a lot more potential, and he was also the second pick.
Dude, Otto Porter Jr.
And the Nets also had like $50 million of cap and no direction and just threw it all.
That's true, but like Bogdanovic is only like a few years older than Porter. Like Porter was not young.
Mm-hmm. He's 24 when he got the contract.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bogdanovic is okay. He's 29, so he is older. I'm just saying he's putting up more points a game on better efficiency from literally everywhere, and more minutes a game.
Yeah.
So anyway, Pacers are extremely good. They're better than Philly. That doesn't make sense.
Well, by record, but in the playoffs, it's easy as shit to beat the Pacers.
Yeah.
Run two bigs.
Yeah, run two bigs. Yeah.
And just clog up the paint. Okay, that's fine.
Facts. Yeah, you're right. No, you're definitely right. And then low key, Dallas actually has not been good recently.
Yeah, I know that's really weird. Well, it's because DeAndre Jordan's not good, apparently. Well, he just doesn't try. He just doesn't try. Let me rephrase that.
I'm really scared that it's going to come out that they actually weren't that good. I think that's going to happen, to be honest.
And it's just Luka just doing Luka things.
Yeah, like they're 2-8 in their last 10. Like outside, you have to remember, like pretty much every single one of their wins came on that winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you take out that stretch, like they are like they're like 2-14.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're so bad. Like I honestly think they're about to get outed as like a pretty bad team. I don't think they're making the play. I think they're going to be second worst seed in the West.
Wow.
I do, man. I don't think they're a good team.
That's crazy. I mean, I definitely get where you're coming from. I totally get it.
They had one streak where they're hot, and they haven't won a lot of games outside of that. Who else is low key disappointing? But no one. I feel like Memphis is just like finally.
Yeah, they're plateaued. They kind of plateaued, and they're coming back down to earth.
Yeah, they're 3-7 in their last 10.
Oh, I have a hot take.
Go ahead.
Buddy Hield is incredible.
That's not a hot take. Of course he is.
Like he's. I would, if I was the Celtics, I would like not throw the barn at him, but throw like the shed at him.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean,
or if I was any team that was looking for an outside scoring potential all-star.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like his 3-point shooting numbers, like, they're impressive, but they're not as impressive. They're more impressive than they look, because let's say you have someone like Bojan Bogdanovic, right? What he's doing is he stands there, and then someone throws him the ball, and then he rises up and shoots.
Buddy Hield is the ball handler in the pick and roll a lot of the time.
Yeah, like these are all off the dribble, like contested hard threes, and he's shooting 42%. Like that's incredible.
I have a question.
What?
How much better is Victor Oladipo than Buddy Hield?
I think he's still a fair amount better, just because
he's definitely better. Like he plays defense and he's more athletic, but
I mean, he plays defense. That's really like yeah. I mean, he plays really good defense. Buddy Hield is also like he's not great at shooting from the field outside of three. He's not a great finisher.
Yeah, he shoots like rounded up to 47, so it's pretty league average field goal percentage.
But I'm saying you have to remember, like, for how high his 3-point percentage is, that's
very true. So he's probably like a 44%.
Yeah, and also his true shooting isn't even. It's not even like 60 somehow, even with that, because he shoots 85% from the free throw line too. So if it's
he's really shitting the bed from the floor.
Yeah.
Or from two.
Yeah, so from two, he's not the best finisher, and Victor Oladipo is a pretty decent finisher.
He's a really good
So that's like almost as important as threes a lot of the time for creating space.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a problem. But other than that, great player. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't trying to say that Victor Oladipo is worse than Buddy Hield, but
yeah, also Buddy Hield's like not a passer, which is also kind of
yeah.
Victor Oladipo is like an underrated playmaker. Like he acts, you know what I mean? Like
he's averaging like 4 or 5 assists, right?
On top of that, like I mean, we both didn't play. We both went to the game, but like he does got a little things.
He's got a clutch gene too.
He's a clutch gene. He does like the little things. Buddy Hield's averaging 2 assists a game in 30 minutes, which is no bueno. No bueno. How many turnovers does he have? I bet he has a fuck ton of turnovers now that I'm thinking about it.
Damn, Vic averaged 5.5 assists. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. He's like not bad.
Very.
Yeah, so actually Buddy Hield's not averaging a ton of turnovers, but his assist turnover ratio is 1-to-1 as a perimeter player. That's not pretty bad.
Not good.
So now I know the more we're talking about him, like the more I realize why he's not an all-star right now. But like, the point is, he's very good at what he does, right?
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of the point there.
That's the fair thing to say, yeah.
And not a lot of people are good at what he does. Like, usually stars are just good at what he does.
I get you. I agree.
Any other hot takes? I guess the Hornets aren't terrible. That's the last thing.
They're not terrible, but they're very, very meh.
They're 5-5 in their last 10. They're 18-18 on the season. They're like middle of the league, and they're actually very good on offense, which is Kemba Walker.
Hornets are? Oh yeah, well, and a meh amount of 3-point shooting, right?
Yeah, they're like actually on offense. They're pretty holy shit. They're actually really good at offense.
What are they ranked?
Well, I'm not looking at the rating right now. I'm just looking at points for, which I know is kind of like objectively wrong, but they're like top 10.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that might just be pace also.
It could be. They're also bottom 10 in defense, so it probably is just pace. Rookie of the year conversation's over. Another hot take. That's over.
Yeah. That's not even a hot take. That was like 2 weeks in. Everybody kind of knew.
Yep. After Trae Young kind of fell off, yeah, pretty much. Defensive Player of the Year race is going to be interesting. I have no idea. Literally, I don't even.
Like Joel Embiid, probably. No. Oh wait, Giannis, maybe.
There's not even really like candidates at this point. Like, there's no.
Yeah, I know. Like if they give it to like they could just give it to like so many different people, and I'd just be like, maybe this is Anthony Davis. Like, just give it to Anthony Davis, and just be.
He hasn't won it yet.
Everybody will just be like, oh, okay.
yeah. And then most improved is I don't know. Like so many good players.
Pascal Siakam, probably.
Dude, what about D Rose though?
What about Buddy Hield?
I mean, in terms of like just from like last year, you have to give it to D Rose.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, D Rose was averaging 6 points a game last year.
You're right.
I mean, but there's also there's so many.
There's so many players that have picked it up.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we gotta end it. Again.
We're definitely getting long. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll try getting a new one out soon. See you guys.
See ya.